Hello everyone and welcome to another wellness chat. So today I want to talk with you about the best diet for those that are wanting to defy aging. So when it comes to the aging process, I feel that we are all concerned about the outward signs of aging, such as the fine lines and wrinkles, the loose sagging skin, uneven skin tone, the dark spots, just basically losing our youthful appearance and that youthful aesthetic. We are all concerned with the changes, the physical changes in our body and our face that occur with the aging process. And the second thing that we're concerned with when it comes to aging is chronic health issues. So things such as high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, all of these are things that are major concerns when you are entering into the aging process. So there are two diets that are just phenomenal and that are awesome when it comes to helping prevent chronic health issues, as well as helping to just promote better quality aging, or I guess you could say it helps you to age more gracefully when it comes to the more aesthetic or the physical component of aging. And those two diets are going to be the Mediterranean diet, as well as following a more plant-based diet, whether that is vegan, vegetarian, or even pescatarian. These types of diets are really great at helping to put the focus on fruits and vegetables that have a high antioxidant content, that have a ton of anti-inflammatory benefits, as well as eating a lot of those essential fatty acids, such as your omega-3s and your omega-6s, which are so needed in our bodies to help with decreasing inflammation and also helping to aid in the digestive processes. So what I wanted to talk with you about today, or discuss with you about today, is why those diets are so popular, why they are so effective, and why they work at helping with the anti-aging process and helping to defy aging, and some key tips on how you can transition to those types of diets if that's something that you're interested in and that you're wanting to do or that you're looking into. So focusing on those types of foods, such as your antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables, your spices and foods that have tons of anti-inflammatory benefits, is super helpful because it's going to help with decreasing a lot of those signs of aging, those premature aging signs and symptoms that you notice. It also helps to prevent and decrease your risk of developing a chronic health condition or a chronic health disease, while also helping to flood the body with those nutrients that it needs during the aging process, as a lot of the things that we need, or a lot of the vitamins and minerals that we need, we're not uptaking them properly, or things are starting to decrease and slow down. Consuming a lot of these fruits and vegetables is going to help to ensure that we are getting the adequate amount of vitamins, minerals, anti-inflammatory properties, as well as antioxidant nutrients that we need to stay healthy during the aging process, so that we can age better and age more gracefully. And so a second reason that a more Mediterranean style diet or a plant-based diet is super beneficial when it comes to defying aging and combating a lot of the common signs and symptoms associated with premature aging or the aging process in general, is because you're focusing a lot more on eating, again, those antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables. And it doesn't even have to just be fruits and vegetables. It can be antioxidant-rich teas. It could be antioxidant-rich just herbs and spices. Any of those types of things that contain a lot of antioxidants is going to be very beneficial during the aging process. And this is because of the damage that free radicals that we come in contact with in our environment on a daily basis. It's the damage that those free radicals can do to the cells in our body, the proteins in our body, as well as our DNA. So when you're consuming these antioxidants, their primary job is to basically attack and prevent the damage that free radicals cause, and to help and aid in removing these free radicals from our body, which is going to decrease the amount of oxidative stress that exists within our bodies. And that's going to help us with the aging process by helping to decrease or slow down the aging process, whereas free radical damage can actually help to accelerate the aging process. Consuming a lot of antioxidants is just going to counteract that effect. And it is super helpful for anyone who is seeking or looking to defy aging or that's entering into the aging process. A third reason why these types of diets are so popular and so important is because they help to just infuse our bodies with anti-inflammatory properties, or they have tons of anti-inflammatory benefits. So with anti-inflammatory type foods or spices or even teas, they're helpful with the aging process because they're going to help to decrease the amount of inflammation that is present within the body, and they also help to boost the body's immune system function. So they're also great for anyone or those that may have a chronic health condition or that may have chronic inflammation. It's going to help to counteract that by decreasing the inflammation within the body. It helps with the pain associated with a lot of chronic inflammation or chronic health conditions or issues, and it just helps to create a better quality of life and decrease a lot of inflammation and decrease a lot of the chronic pain that a person is experiencing with a chronic health condition or with chronic inflammation. So consuming foods, spices, and teas that have a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits is also crucial for someone that is looking to defy aging or decrease aging-related symptoms and concerns. So the fourth and final reason why it's super important, or why a Mediterranean style diet or why a more plant-based diet is super important, is because of essential fatty acids. So essential fatty acids in the form of omega-3 fatty acids specifically are important because our body does not naturally produce or make omega-3 fatty acids. So we have to consume foods that contain omega-3 fatty acids in order to get that in, and it's an important part of our diet. So omega-3 fatty acids are responsible for helping to decrease inflammation within the body. They're also responsible for helping to improve circulatory health. They are responsible for helping with brain and cognitive function, such as helping to improve memory, helping to improve focus, and things of those nature. Omega-3 fatty acids are also important for helping with digestive health and also helping with just making sure the overall gut health, our guts are healthy. So omega-3 fatty acids are super important, and it's very crucial that you get this in your diet on a regular basis to ensure that you're getting all of those variety of health benefits that I just mentioned. So essential fatty acids are an important and integral part of the process of defying aging in your everyday life. So now that you have a better understanding of why nutrition is so important when it comes to premature aging and the aging process, I want to leave you with 4 simple tips that you can take away from today's wellness chat that you can apply to your life and begin to transition to transition to healthier nutrition, or maybe even transition to one of the diets that I mentioned today. So the first tip that I have for you is going to be start slow. So do not overwhelm yourself and go out to the grocery store right now and try to buy all the healthy food, because it's going to be overwhelming. You're not going to be used to it, and chances are you're not going to like it, and you're not going to stick to it because you're coming at it from a completely crazy wrong angle. Take your time, find foods that are healthy that you like, and start from there. Start with something simple. Maybe it's just getting enough water and focusing on drinking more water and properly hydrating your body. Maybe it's going to be cutting back on sugar and cutting back on the amount of sweets that you eat. Maybe it's going to be decreasing the amount of processed foods that you eat. Whatever it is that you can do that's simple and easy for you to commit to and easy for you to do, start with that first. Create that solid foundation. And once that becomes second nature to you, begin building onto that and add another healthy habit that you can do and you can include that will help get you to where you want to be. So with health, it's not about doing everything all at once and completely overwhelming yourself. And I think sometimes we do that because we have the idea or the impression that if we do this complete and total overhaul, right, we're going to notice this dramatic difference with our skin. We're going to notice this dramatic difference with our health. But the reality is it takes time. You didn't just develop these issues overnight. You didn't just develop wrinkles overnight. You didn't just develop like health issues overnight. You developed them over a period of time. It's the same thing with kind of counteracting them or kind of decreasing them or correcting them, so to speak. It's going to take time. So in order for you to see the benefits that is associated with following a healthy and sound nutrition, you're going to have to do it and stick to it for a period of time over and over again. So that's why it's important that you start slow and you do it for a long haul, and you're in it for the long haul and looking at it as more of a lifestyle change versus a quick fix. And the second thing, which I kind of already mentioned, is going to be decreasing the amount of processed and refined foods that you consume. So swapping the more processed foods that you're consuming for healthier versions. Looking instead of consuming a lot of foods that contain a lot of sugar, or consuming more refined foods such as white rice, maybe you opt for brown rice or whole grain rice. Or maybe you just cut back on the amount of sweet treats that you eat. Maybe you cut back on the amount of sugar you put in your coffee. Maybe you cut back on the creamer or the amount of creamer you put in your coffee. Little things like that begin to add up. So any way you can see, or any item that you know that is a processed food that you can cut back on it. And also looking for healthy alternatives to a lot of these processed foods. So instead of having an all or nothing approach and just cutting it out and just trying to live this super healthy, clean life and driving yourself crazy, perhaps instead finding a recipe and looking for a healthy alternative for a lot of the foods that you commonly eat that are more processed is going to really help you transition over to a healthier way of eating, and you're going to actually stay there. And it's not going to be because you're forcing yourself to eat healthy food that is bland and doesn't taste good, because nobody wants that. You're going to still be eating the same foods that you love and enjoy. You're just going to tweak those recipes a little bit so that they're more beneficial for your overall health and well-being. So looking at it that way and kind of shifting your mind to that train of thought can be super helpful when transitioning to a more healthier anti-aging style of eating. The third thing is going to be consuming more fruits and vegetables. And this is fairly easy, an easy fix or an easy thing that you could begin to implement, especially if you're looking to decrease a lot of the processed foods that you're eating, because chances are when you're eating a lot of processed foods, you're probably eating more snack foods than anything. You're probably eating more of the chips and the cakes and the, sweet treats and the Skittles and all of that stuff. So when you're going towards eating more of the colorful fruits and vegetables and more fruits and vegetables, you can easily swap out your normal or typical dessert for a piece of fruit. You can easily switch up your breakfast instead of making it this hearty, greasy, deep fried heaven breakfast, and changing it into a really yummy and refreshing smoothie in the morning, where you have a lot of fruits and vegetables in that smoothie, so you're getting tons of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and anti-inflammatory benefits all in one. You can also try to just implement more vegetables with each and every single meal. Challenge yourself to pair vegetables with every single meal that you're eating. These are great ways that you can kind of transition more into an anti-aging way of eating, or working into a more anti-inflammatory style of eating. And the final tip that I have for you is going to be to experiment with different styles or different ways of eating. So how can you do this exactly? So when it comes to experimenting with different styles or different ways of eating, maybe you try eating the Mediterranean style. Maybe you're trying a plant-based dish. Maybe you try a vegetarian type dish or a pescatarian dish, whatever the case may be. just trying and seeing what works best with your palate, what interests you the most. What different fruits and vegetables do you like? Experimenting with that. Seeing the different ways that you can eat them, the different ways that they can be prepared, whether it's in a smoothie, whether it's just cut up fresh. Just experimenting with all the different ways that you can consume your meals, you can consume fruits and vegetables, and just trying to see what you like, seeing what sticks, and expanding your palate and giving things an open and honest shot, and not thinking that all food that is healthy or all food that is supposed to be nutritious and beneficial for your overall health and well-being has to be bland, boring, and tasteless, because it does not. So that's why it's important that you experiment, so you know exactly what you like, exactly what you want, and you can build and create your entire food bank or your recipes or your whole eating style around that. All right, everyone. So that is all that I have for you for this week's wellness chat. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something useful that you can apply to your life right now. And do me a favor, if you enjoyed this content and if you're enjoying this month's series, go ahead and give me a thumbs up so that I know what content that you like and what content that you want to see more of, and I can provide that for you. And also make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed, so that way you can continue watching the series and enjoying this series and becoming part of the channel and becoming more of a anti-aging rebel along with me. And while you're here, go ahead and enjoy the variety of videos I have on skin health and what it is to be an anti-aging rebel. So go ahead and check those out. I have those playlists listed on my homepage, so you can watch all of those videos and learn more about what I do here on YouTube. So until next week, have a great rest of your weekend, and bye.